Hi, I'm Karen Ingram, and I want to talk to you about the importance of bone marrow transplants. Bone marrow transplants are performed to treat many types of cancer and other diseases. During a bone marrow transplant, healthy bone marrow cells are transplanted into a person who has diseased or damaged marrow. Transplants are used to treat leukemia, lymphoma, multiple myeloma, breast cancer, and a host of other diseases. Bone marrow is found in the center of your bones and is the factory where your body's blood cells are made. Once the marrow is compromised, the need for a transplant becomes vital. When a bone marrow transplant is required, family members are tested first to see whether or not they would be a good match. If none of them prove to be a good match, then the search is on for an unrelated donor. The unrelated donor must be found, and a search for a suitable donor will be carried out in the U.S. and even foreign countries. There are a number of bone marrow donor registries worldwide. Donor registries have increased their number of volunteers due in part by media coverage and registration drives. Often there is a fee that is paid by the volunteer at the time of registration, but to know that you can potentially save someone's life makes the time, effort, and money so worth it. The likelihood of finding a matched unrelated donor increases as the number of volunteers on the various marrow registries grow. Once a donor is identified, additional testing will be performed. A simple blood test is all it takes to begin the process of HLA, or human leukocyte antigen typing. Most HLA typing today is performed using DNA-based method, which provides highly specific information used to match patients and donors. The goal is to find a match for 6 key antigens. You do not have to have the same blood type as the recipient. If the blood types are different, the patient will end up with the blood type of the donor after the transplant. This is because the stem cells from a donor have been programmed to produce the donor's blood type and will continue to do that in their new environment. Friends, co-workers, and others interested in becoming a bone marrow donor may either contact the local Red Cross chapter or one of the large registries like the National Marrow Donor Program. These organizations will be aware of when and where bone marrow drives are occurring. The general criteria for becoming a donor include factors such as general health status, weight, and age. Donors are screened for conditions that would put them at too great a risk to donate, as well as for illnesses that could be harmful to the recipient. It takes time to carry out a search for a matched donor, and even after the potential matches are identified, more time is required. A formal search begins to narrow down the candidates. If a donor is located, willing, and eligible, then final evaluation begins. Often, time is of the essence, and a donor needs to be found as soon as possible. That's why it's so important to have more and more people volunteer to be a donor. Most of us know someone who's been affected by cancer or other life-threatening diseases. As a donor, you have the opportunity to save a person's life and impact the families who live in the community around you. Someone may be waiting for that match that only you can provide. Register to become a donor today. If you'd like more information, contact Karen Ingram at bingram76@surewest.net. Thank you.